So I'm Liza Locks, and one of the most requested videos I get by far is wanting to know how to gain a bigger Instagram following. I do not claim to know everything about anything. Let me be clear, I am not an expert. I did, however, go from about 700 followers to almost 15,000 in about 14 months. So I feel like I do know a little bit of something. So I'm going to share what I know. So I would say, I think that the biggest thing in the beginning is starting to use hashtags. You can use up to 30 on Instagram. Utilize those. Now, my advice on hashtags is, yeah, you can use hashtag dreadlocks, but no, that's probably not going to be the one that brings people to your page because everybody's hashtagging dreadlocks. So that cycles real quick when people are looking up that hashtag. You're going down the line really, really fast. However, if you put like dreadlock styles or dread journey, things like that are going to get seen more. At the very beginning, I would tag certain pages. I'm not sure those ever did much for me, but it's awesome. It just feels really good to have somebody repost your picture on a really cool page. So there's that. So on your picture, when you edit, you can tag people, and you can just tag like Wonderlocks or We Love Dreadlocks, things of those natures, things that have to do with whatever it is you're talking about. On that same note, you need to decide what it is you want your content to be about. Obviously, for me, it is dreadlocks. There's not much, when I went in, I completely went into, I guess, journal, document my dreadlock journey. And that was really why I started it. I noticed that people started to follow, and I thought, well, this would be kind of fun. So I thought, well, I'll try to gain a following. It just kind of happened naturally, so it wasn't something that I really was intent on, this is what I'm going to do. I just kind of had fun with it. And I think that's important. I think taking it too seriously is probably too much. I think if you can continue to have fun with it and always have fun with it, and that's super important so that you can be consistent. That is like so crucial in gaining any kind of following on any social media, is you have to be consistently putting things out. You have to show up even when you don't feel like it. That's for algorithms and stuff, but honestly, if you are engaging with a following, they want to hear from you. So maybe even on your bad days, they'd like to hear from you. You don't necessarily have to share that, but you're putting out the effort. You're putting something out there. So it is going to affect and help your algorithms by consistently posting, but it's also going to build your trust with those that are connecting with you. And if you vanish for 3 or 4 days, they start to wonder where you went, and maybe they forget about you. So, all this plays into each other. I think that coming from a place of your heart, for me, because I never set out to be, obviously, an Instagram model, which I am absolutely not, I knew that it was going to be a lot of my word. And that I was surprised that it connected with people, because honestly, I was just rambling. I was just talking. It became like this journal for me. And so it was just sort of a rambling that I did every day, but somehow it was connecting with people. And that's kind of cool. I think that when you talk genuinely from your heart, people can see that and read that that is, you. And when you come from a place of service, even though I am not an expert and I don't know everything about anything, I'm honest with that. And if I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know. But if I can help you, I'll help you. So I think that in itself speaks volumes to others. Relationship building is super important when you're doing any kind of social media, any kind of sales job, any kind of anything job, isn't it really? Building relationships and having them be genuine and wanting to get to know others, because why would you want to be on Instagram if there's not that back and forth? I'm always fascinated with the people that don't follow anybody back. What's the point? What are you doing posting? Like, I guess for me, there's so much more to it. And so I like that give and take. And I play with it. I enjoy it. Somebody comments, I try to comment back. Now, if we're speaking algorithms, it's really important that you're on that first hour that you put up a post. I didn't know that for a long while, but if you put up a post and you are wanting to drive that post, get it seen more, you're going to want to comment within that hour that it posts, so that if somebody comments, boom, you're saying it, you're commenting back. It just gives it more of a roll to it. So that helps. Commenting back anyway is going to help, but it also, I go back to the rules of Instagram, and then just being a genuine person. Like, I don't know what I would do if I had so many followers that I couldn't comment back all the time, because for me, personally, I like that. I like to be able to connect with people. Not to say that I don't miss them, because I know I do, but I try not to. I definitely think you need to, connect with people and have it be real. Find the people that are within the community you want to gain the following. Follow them. Find people that you love, that inspire you. Follow them. Comment to them. Again, in a super genuine way. You want to find people that are doing big things and surround yourself with them. Which brings me back to the comment of, I always think about how I try to speak, whether I had 700 followers or 7,000 followers, I wanted to talk to them the same. I wanted them to feel that same intimacy that they would feel if there were only 70 followers. That goes to the point of knowing your audience. Know who you're speaking to. Be clear about it. When I say that, I want you to picture the person that you're talking to, whether it be 20-something-year-old hippy-dippy yoga master or a 40-year-old stay-at-home mom that's always wanted to dread herself. Be specific, be clear. Almost be able to picture exactly what that person looks like, down to their hair, their color, their eyes, what they do for a living, how they like their coffee. Do they sleep in the morning? Do they read? Would they rather watch TV? Know your audience and speak to that person every single time. It may sound hokey, but I believe in it. And, to me, if I were to try to talk to everyone at all the times, it would be hard. I think the only difference is once in a while you would see that I kind of veer off, and it's almost like I'm talking to my daughter, which there are so many in my audience that I feel really close to that are so young. And sometimes I have to just reach out to them just a little bit and speak to them as if they were my daughter. But genuinely, I'm always talking to that one person. Yeah, I know exactly who my target audience is. I think that's really, really important. One thing that gets tricky is wanting to post a lot of things. Now, again, I'm going to say it again. I do not know everything about anything. However, I do know that if I were to put up a random picture of my cat, I don't even have a cat, why do I say that? If I were to put up a random picture of my dog, nobody would care. Now this is clearly basing it on I'm trying to get followers. If I want to put up a picture of my dog, I'll totally put up a picture of my dog. However, it's not gonna help my following. So kind of be clear with what direction you're going. There's a lot of wonderful people that I follow that don't just put up pictures of their dreads like I do. That's what I share. That is my content. But be clear with your audience what your content is. If you put up quotes once in a while, that's awesome. They know what to expect. But just have a targeted 1 or 2, 3 things that you would be sharing about. Like not necessarily like, oh, I'm sharing a quote every 3 pictures, but once in a while you're gonna get this quote that means a lot to me and I might write a few sentences about it. Or here I am carrying a baby and you're probably gonna see this baby every few pictures. I am showing my dreads, but I'm also showing my vegan lifestyle. I'm gonna show you recipes. You know, be clear about those things and work them in however you want, but keep that theme going so that your audience really knows what to expect. So that, you know, you're clear, they're clear, they can look at your feed as a whole and see what you're about. Also, you utilize that little edit profile. Definitely do that. Put in links if you have them. Share others. You know, there's so much about relationship building, but sharing others and, you know, sharing pages you like, all that stuff on your story. I feel like our stories can be so much more fun. We can do so much more with them. And I do try to utilize my story a lot more to personalize me, things that you don't get to see actually on my feed. I guess the biggest thing, to build a following, it's really to me, and you know, it may be a lot of luck. It may be the dreads. It may be the products that I wear. It may be that I'm an old lady and somehow I remind somebody of their mom, but with dreads. Maybe it's somebody that hopes that when they're 43, they're as cool as I am. I'm just kidding, I'm playing. I don't know what the magic was or if there's a recipe. However, I know that anybody can do it if I can. It's just being consistent, showing up, it's having fun with it. It's not taking yourself too seriously, connecting with others, making the most of those connections. Yeah, I mean, it's been so wild. It's been so much fun. And you guys, I mean, I think about it and I think I can't believe anybody but my mom follows me. So I thank you for watching this. I hope it was helpful. Yeah, most requested video by far. And as weird as I feel about making it, I finally had to buckle down and just make it because I was saying all these things a lot. So hopefully this one video, now I can link you all. So here it is. Anyway, now you guys see I'm just a goofy old mom sitting in her kid's room with the best lighting I could find. Right? What?